Welcome back to TechQuest Today. Our next guest comes to us from Gannett Fleming, the largest engineering firm in Pennsylvania, and we're pleased to have Rod Savage with us today, the Vice President of Human Resources with Gannett Fleming. But Rod, you've also been very instrumental in our Pennsylvania Health Information Exchange as a founding member of the advisory board. So welcome, Rod.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here today.
Rod, tell us a little bit about Gannett Fleming, how many employees you have in Pennsylvania and across the country.
Okay, Gannett Fleming is a consulting engineering firm. We've been in business for more than 90 years, and we are based here in central Pennsylvania with 50 offices coast to coast, about 1,800 employees. And we design roads, bridges, water supply, water treatment, and a lot of very, very specialized services throughout the Commonwealth. We've not only engineered for most states in the nation, but also around the world.
Super. Now, Gannett Fleming's this big engineering firm, but tell me a little bit about your interest in health information exchange.
Well, I've been involved in healthcare for more than 20 years. I used to work for a large acute care hospital in Pennsylvania, worked for the Pennsylvania Medical Society, who had a subsidiary involved in utilization of care and quality of care assessment for the federal government. 10 years of experience there. So I've been intimately involved with the delivery and the assessment of healthcare within the Commonwealth for there again 20 plus years.
And your role on the advisory board has been obviously as a buyer of health insurance, and you've been giving us some perspectives on those aspects. But tell us a little bit about Gannett Fleming and your whole involvement in buying health insurance.
Well, it's a challenge, as I'm sure most people in corporate America can appreciate, as well as those who utilize care across the state. It's very, very expensive. It's been a continuous challenge for us to bring value to the table. How do you share the cost of those services? How do you remain competitive as we attempt to recruit talent throughout the country? How do you deliver the services across multiple states? There again, we're in more than 25 states, 50 offices, as I mentioned earlier, and that has been a real challenge for us. And we've seen a lot of migration, if you will, with respect to how we deliver that service. Very important that you align yourself with a carrier that can add value, and we found that in Highmark, who is based here in Pennsylvania. Very, very effective, innovative ways to deliver wellness to our employees, manage our cost as best we can as we battle inflation and the cost of technology. There's no doubt been a real challenge for us.
So tell us a little bit about some of the insights you have as we explore connecting information technology between hospitals. And this is not that it's new, it's been talked about, as you know, for like 20 years, but now the technology is affordable, and now we're finally having this opportunity, say, to connect the Harrisburg hospital systems together. What are some of your insights in that?
Well, one of the many things Gannett Fleming does in addition to engineering is technology. We leverage technology every day, not only in how we deliver our services, but we sell technology services across the country. So I'm intimately familiar with that and see the potential that is applicable not only in our business, but also how can we leverage that to deliver health care in a more efficient fashion, ensuring that there is world-class security associated with the exchange of health information, the immediate access of that information for the caregivers in our state as well as within the nation. Lots and lots of potential as we see it, and the ability to, there again, contain cost is of great interest to it, but most importantly, the patient safety.
For a lot of citizens, and I know I just experienced this myself, it's a challenge. On the radiology side is a great example that we've used for the HIE, the Health Information Exchange, for the viewers. But on the HIE, a citizen has to go, maybe they had 2 CAT scans, CT scans taken, one on the west shore of Harrisburg and another one on the east shore, and they're in an emergency room, and the only way to get that other CAT scan from the other healthcare provider is literally someone has to drive over and pick up a CD that gets burned onto the CD, and then they drive back, and hopefully the doctor can pull up that image and see it. Hopefully that technology is the same or compatible. We see this HIE is able to just transfer that over. I mean, I got to imagine there's a ton of time at Gannett Fleming spent with the employees driving all around, picking up studies and...
Absolutely. That's a huge advantage. Many, many other advantages, you know, the benefit of exchanging lab information, so there's not a duplication of cost. We see that in our claims experience, as I'm sure most other employers see. Lots and lots of opportunities there. Certainly the exchange of information as it relates to prescriptions, and whether or not there's a conflict between one prescription and another prescription, giving the physician immediate access to that. Certainly a point of an accident where you have EMTs on site, to what extent can we deliver information at that point? If the patient is comatose or not coherent at the time. Same with emergency rooms, certainly exchanging information between emergency rooms across the Commonwealth, and we expect, as you're well aware, Kelly, that we can deliver this across the nation as well. So tremendous leverage utilizing the technology that's available today.
So, you know, for instance, I just see you're in 25 different states, and an employee based in Camp Hill, Pennsylvania could be moving around the country and have an injury somewhere, and there's no way to get their medical history from, say, Camp Hill, Holy Spirit Hospital over to wherever, Oklahoma, Washington, D.C., or some other state.
Correct. We have a lot of people moving in a lot of different places, you might guess. Our client base is nationwide. It's not limited to just the states in which we have offices, and so that has great potential for our employees to have immediate access, or the caregivers immediate access to their patient history.
Mm-hmm. I mean, just talking with you here today, there's just so many other things I'm thinking of, just on the medical history getting pushed out to all your different branch offices when they even come into Camp Hill.
Absolutely.
So
it's imperative.
It has to be able to send and also receive information from hospitals, say in Washington, D.C., to be able to push up their data to Camp Hill.
That is correct. Yep. Absolutely. We're excited about this opportunity. We appreciate the chance to participate in it from, ground zero, to leverage this across the state and hopefully within the nation very soon.
Well, Rod, you've been a great cheerleader for the effort.
Thank you.
And certainly Gannett Fleming has been very involved in this from the get-go, very interested in helping get technology. One, like you mentioned, Gannett uses so much technology in what they do, and they're a big cheerleader for seeing how we can do this on the healthcare side. Mm-hmm. Tons of technology spent on healthcare with the CAT scans, 128 slice CAT scans and all that interesting technology, but not enough technology spent on the exchange of information between big medical organizations. So
Agreed.
Really pleased with your support, and for all the hours that you've committed as a member of the advisory board. And we're excited with the new contract, the consulting contract that we have out on the street right now.
Absolutely.
So we're getting closer. Maybe by the year end here, we'll be getting some things over the goal line. So,
here's hoping, and it's been my pleasure to serve, Kelly. We appreciate
Great.
your leadership, no doubt.
Thank you, Rod. And thank you again for joining us on TechQuest Today. And if you have any questions on this program, check us out on techquestpa.com.